Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to day 15 of the online learning course presented by the Paradise Academy. I hope everyone is doing well, inshallah. In today's core lesson, we will be learning something new. This is called sukoon. And if you notice the little sign in yellow, it looks like a mini dal. Sukoon is also known as jazm, and we will be referring to it as a jazm most of the time in these lessons. Jazm occurs on letters that don't have any vowel signs. So basically any letters that don't have zabar, zir, pesh, do zabar, do zir, do pesh, etc. When we see a jazm, we join the letter that has a jazm to the letter before it. So let's go through some letters to see how we join them and read them with a jazm. In the following words, the letter waw has the jazm. So repeat after me. Hamza, waw, zabar, aw. Some people also tend to read it as Hamza, zabar, waw, aw. They are both correct. So let's carry on. Ba, waw, zabar, baw. Ta, waw, zabar, taw. Tha, waw, zabar, thaw. Jim, waw, zabar, jaw. Ha, waw, zabar, haw. Kha, waw, zabar, khaw. Dal, waw, zabar, daw. ذال واو زبر ذو. را واو زبر رو. زا واو زبر زو. سين واو زبر سو. شين واو زبر شو. صاد واو زبر صو. ضاد واو زبر ضو. طا واو زبر طو. ضا واو زبر ضو. عين واو زبر عو. غين واو زبر غو. فا واو زبر فو. قاف واو زبر قو. كاف واو زبر كو. لام واو زبر لو. ميم واو زبر مو. نون واو زبر نو. واو زبر وو. ها واو زبر هو. همزة واو زبر أو. يا واو زبر يو. Well done. Now let's spell out some words. So repeat after me. همزة واو زبر أو. ها زبر ها. أو ها. نون زبر نا. أو هنا. أو هنا. Next word. نون واو زبر نو. ميم دو بيش من. نوم. نوم. Next word. يا واو زبر يو. ميم زبر ما. يوم. همزة زير إي. يومئ. ذال دو زير ذن. يومئذ. يومئذ. Well done. I will now hand over to Qari Hanisa. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In the previous lesson, we did recap of Surah Al-Ikhlas. So inshallah, in today's lesson, we're going to recap of Surah Al-Lahab. So read with me or after. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. سورة اللهب مكية بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم تبت يدا أبي لهب وتب ما أغنى عنه ماله وما كسب سيصلى نارا ذات لهب وامرأته حمالة الحطب في جيدها حبل من مسد. One more time. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم تبت يدا أبي لهب وتب ما أغنى عنه ماله وما كسب سيصلى نارا ذات لهب وامرأته حمالة الحطب في جيدها حبل من مسد. صدق الله العلي العظيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Lesson number 2, Nasiha. Yesterday we were talking about Prophet Adam al-Islam. Adam al-Islam was the first man to be created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from clay. Adam al-Islam was the first prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. After Adam al-Islam, we're going to talk about Prophet Nuh alayhi salam. Nuh alayhi salam was another big prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, a blessed prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Nuh alayhi salam, he went through a difficult journey in propagating the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to his people. So today we're going to talk about Prophet Nuh alayhi salam. After Prophet Adam passed away, people continued to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as Prophet Adam taught them. Prophet Adam, his son Shis alayhi was also a prophet of Allah. He taught the people to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So people were all worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But as time went on, Shaitan, he thought of a plan, how can I mislead these people? So what he did was, every time the pious people would pass away, he encouraged the next generation of people to make pictures of their great people, that we should remember them, we should think about them. They were great people, they were pious people that worshipped Allah Ta'ala. So what happened was, the next generation, they started to make pictures of their pious predecessors, the pious people of the past. Then Shaitan, the next generation of people, he said to them, look, your elders, they made pictures of the pious people. Why do you make these pictures into statues? So the next generation of people, they started making their pictures into statues, and they revered them. These were our pious people that worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And slowly the generation afterwards, Shaitan misled these people and said to them, why do you worship these idols? To get to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, worship these idols. These are idols of your past pious people. So people slowly started to worship the idols instead of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that teaches a big lesson. Shaitan will never lead you directly into a sin. he'll slowly attract you towards the sin. He won't tell you to go and fight. He will slowly make you push somebody, say something to somebody, and slowly that will get bigger and bigger, and then you'll end up fighting with somebody. So he won't lead you to a fight straight away. He will slowly take you there. And that's what shaitan does. So shaitan, he misleads people, and that's what happened. So the people, after they started worshipping idols, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he decided to send Prophet Nuh alayhi salam, or Prophet Noah. So Prophet Nuh alayhi salam, he preached to his people day and night. He calling them towards the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For 950 years he taught the people to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Don't worship anybody but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But his people were too arrogant, too proud, and thought too big of themselves. They said, why should we worship Allah? Our forefathers worship idols, so we worship idols. And then they were taunt, and they would say bad things to Prophet Nuh alayhi salam. He said, you and the poor people, you worship your Allah whilst we leave us to our idols. So anyway, Prophet Nuh alayhi salam, he was instructed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to build an ark, a big boat. And the people, they started laughing at Nuh alayhi salam. Why are you building an ark? There's no river here, there's no water here. And they would mock him, and they would say things to him and his followers. But they did not know that the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was about to come. So as they would mock Nuh alayhi salam, so 950 years, just imagine, Nuh alayhi salam was teaching the people to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and only a handful, about 60-70 people had accepted Islam. So in 950 years, about 70, that teaches us that we shouldn't look for results. Our job is to tell people about good, to tell people to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it's Allah's job to guide people. So 950 years, Nuh alayhi salam day and night told people to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And only about 60-70 people had embraced Islam. So that shows to us our job is to carry on giving dawah to people, call them towards the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah's job is to guide the people. But that shows also how patient Nuh alayhi salam was, and that he would tolerate the people. He would always think the next generation might listen to me, the next lot of people might listen to me. These are not, they're ignoring my message, but possibly the next people. So that's when they decided that they won't listen, then Nuh alayhi salam prayed to Allah Ta'ala, destroy the people, they're not listening to you. So then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala instructed Nuh alayhi salam to build this ark. So he started building the ark. The people would mock Nuh alayhi salam, and then Allah ordered every creature, every animal in twos, male and female, to enter the ark. So they all entered the ark, and all the believers, and Allah Ta'ala made it rain, and it rained, and it rained, and the water level became higher from the heavens to from the earth. The water was coming out, pouring out, and only those people were safe, those that were in the ark. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala drowned those people that disbelieved in him. Amongst them was Nuh alayhi salam's son, and he thought he would be clever, and he started climbing the mountain, and his father Nuh alayhi salam, the Prophet of Allah, pleaded with his son, come on, have faith in Allah and jump onto the ark. And he said, no. He goes, I'm going to climb the mountain, and no water is going to reach to this level. Now don't worry about me today. So his father said, nobody is going to be saved from the punishment of Allah unless you bring faith. But he ignored the police, and what happened was the water was rising and drowned him as well. Nuh alayhi salam was very upset that his own son had passed away in this punishment. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala informed Nuh alayhi salam that laysa min ahlik, he is not from your family. The people that are from your family are those people that brought faith and brought iman upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And those people that disbelieved, they are not from your family members. Yes, he was, a blood relation to his father, but he had no relationship in faith. So that teaches a very important lesson that as Muslims, we, regardless of where we come from, where we are one big family. It might be a Muslim from China. If he prays the kalima La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, they are our brothers and sisters. If they're living in America and they pray the kalima La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, they are our brothers and sisters. So the Muslim family it's a very diverse community from people from all over the world, and we are one big Muslim family, and that is very important. Muslim should always make dua for his Muslims should always have concern for their Muslim brothers throughout the world. And as a Muslim, we are one big family. Those people that have faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, have faith in the Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, have faith in the hereafter, they are one big family. And so what we learn is that the faith and Islam is more important than anything else. So most important thing is our faith. And that's what we learn from the story of Prophet Nuh alayhi salam, that even though he had the relationship with his son, that was a relationship for just this world. Whereas the believers that had faith in Nuh alayhi salam, they had that relationship with Nuh alayhi salam in this world, and also for the hereafter, they were successful. So for us, that teaches a great lesson that we should have iman upon all the prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, iman upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and iman upon the hereafter. May Allah Ta'ala give us tawfiq. Ameen.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, today we will be moving on to the ruku' position. When we have finished our qiyam, we go into the ruku' position. Whilst we are going into the ruku' position, we recite Allahu Akbar. And then whilst we are in ruku', we recite Subhana Rabbiyal Azim, Subhana Rabbiyal Azim, Subhana Rabbiyal Azim. Then we go into the Qawma position. This is where we stand back up after ruku' and we recite Sami'allahu liman hamida, Rabbana lakal hamd. And then we go into sajda. Whilst we are going into sajda, we recite Allahu Akbar. And then whilst we are in sajda, we recite Subhana Rabbiyal A'la, Subhana Rabbiyal A'la, Subhana Rabbiyal A'la. And then we go up into Jalsa. Jalsa is the sitting position between the two sajdas. Whilst we are going back up into Jalsa, we recite Allahu Akbar. After doing this, we go back into sajda. And whilst we are going into sajda, we recite Allahu Akbar. And then again, whilst we are in sajda, we recite Subhana Rabbiyal A'la, Subhana Rabbiyal A'la, Subhana Rabbiyal A'la. And then we go back up into the qiyam position. And whilst going up back into the qiyam, we recite Allahu Akbar. Inshallah, tomorrow we will learn the At-Tahiyyat position.